What bottle of whiskey do I recommend the most? Well, Derrick's going to pull me a blind in tonight's video, and it is generally the bottle that I probably recommend the most. It's not too uncommon I get a phone call out of the blue. Hey Tom, I'm in a liquor store and I need to buy a bottle of whiskey as a gift for so-and-so. What should I get him? Does he a bourbon drinker? Is he a scotch drinker? What's he like? How much of his palate? What's his whiskey experience? I don't know. I just know he likes whiskey. Get him the Redbreast 12. Go to the Irish section. It's a 12-year, pot-stilled Irish whiskey. Finish in a sherry cask. Some fruity notes, a little bit of cocoa. Very easy on the palate. Priced appropriately for a gift without killing the wallet, but yet enough dollars, about $70 or so, to say, hey, I bought you something nice. And I have never met a whiskey drinker that does not like this bottle. So if you ever see one, introduce him to me, because I'd really like to know why. But Derrick's going to pour me this blind tonight. And it's an interesting episode. Sometimes you know what you're drinking, but you don't know what you're drinking. And I think this episode really speaks well and highlights for what good Irish whiskey can be. I'm not saying there's bad Irish whiskey. I don't think there's bad Irish whiskey per se, but Irish whiskey is generally an easy drink. People think of Jameson, Tullamore Dew. It's easy. Sometimes they take shots of it. It's very approachable for a whiskey and without a whole lot of character. When you get into some nice whiskey, Irish whiskey, especially this Redbreast line, they do phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. So much that you almost don't want to think it's an Irish whiskey. So Derrick's going to pour me something blind. We'll see what I do. We'll see if I like it. We'll see if I rave about the bottle that I actually recommend a lot. Or we'll see if I don't like it at all. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Tonight, Redbreast 12. Redbreast 12 is an Irish whiskey with character. Before this, I thought most Irish whiskeys were just easy drinking, light and smooth. I didn't really think that they made any Irish whiskeys with character. But this Redbreast 12 really introduced me to that. You know what? You can get an Irish whiskey with some real character. It's aged in both bourbon barrels and sherry casks. Giving it some robust flavor. It's smooth. It's 80 proof. About $70. I would say there's a 75% chance that Tom can get this one. This has become a regular favorite on our Friday night get-togethers, and I pretty much always have a bottle of this at the house. Should be smooth, rich, a little fruity. All right, let me get Tom and see if he can. What he thinks of this. I'm really intrigued today. You've poured me a lot of interesting things here in the past few weeks. So
yeah, so I think that the next two are probably maybe the cream of the crop of the offering. So I'm gonna save the best for last.
Okay. I'll up my price point guess.
There you go. All right, a little hint there.
But you've given me, a little bit of everything. I think we've traveled the world on,
Yeah, and we're coming back to some classic locations here in these next two, but a step up in quality, from my opinion, at least.
Okay. All right. So, nice.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I'm getting a little bit of a little pleasant cocoa, orange peel.
Yeah.
Orange zest.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm not sure the last time I've had this particular bottle, but I've had this brand very frequently lately.
Okay.
Oh, give it a taste. See what you think.
I will.
That is really good.
It is really good. And it's familiar.
It should be. Should be.
Oh, it's going to make me think, though. I mean, bold, velvety.
It's rich.
Rich.
Yeah.
Thick.
I would say creamy. Not necessarily
Creamy,
not creamy from a standpoint of tastes like milk, but has that viscosity. It just really flows smoothly over your tongue.
Yeah. This is definitely in my wheelhouse.
Oh yeah. Well, I picked up a few bottles to fill in the holes of the things I wanted to.
It's gonna kill me because I feel like I know what this is, but I'm not sure what it is.
I wanted to try. I will say this one did come off the shelf.
Huh?
This one came off the shelf.
This is property of the cave.
Yes.
No, God. Well, I'm drinking.
Let's just go. Let's start from the screw. Let's
Sure.
work our way through it, right? So you like it, obviously.
I do
very.
like it. Yeah, this is good.
Let's go with proof. Sense of proof.
I think it's a little stronger than the regular 86, but not much.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in the 92 to 96 range on a proof.
All right. Any finish characteristics?
I'm probably going to stay in the sherry lane. It's not overly sherry, but I am getting kind of the hints of, again, that the cocoa kind of brings me there. Definitely not a sherry bomb by no means.
No, but you got bits of it. Maybe it's not the only thing it's been bottled.
Yeah, we're not finished in anything. This isn't a port. This isn't a Mizunara.
Nothing real rich.
I don't think it's really anything rich like that. And I'm not even getting. I don't think I'm getting the sweetness of a Caribbean or a rum caps.
Yep.
So
and those vary. I mean, they do.
They do. They can be sometimes hard to pluck. But I find sometimes also the rum finish thins the product out a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I can relate to that.
And I'm not getting that here.
Yep.
So the process of elimination, I'll try and get that.
Take
step
that
aside.
So where's it from?
This could be a double barrel age.
Yep.
Where you got it was aged in the bourbons and aged in the and the sherry,
which is very
together.
very prominent.
Yes,
lots and lots.
But that's what kind of subdues that sherry a little bit.
Yep, gives it some of the sweetness.
So yeah, I mean this is it's good nose. 8.2 in the nose. It's a 8.7 in the
hey, all right,
palate.
Yeah, it really did hit really well today.
That finished characteristics really throwing me for a loop. You've got me today, sir. I know I'm gonna be mad because I know this, but I don't know this.
What do you think? What's the finish rating? Get them.
Yeah, finish just as good. 8.6 on the finish.
Right.
So,
you want to hazard a guess or provide it's like this?
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna go with the comp. I'm gonna say it's a Highland or a Speyside Scotch. I really do feel like I'm leaning towards an ex-bourbon and an ex-sherry finish.
Yeah, I will tell you that is the case.
Okay.
That is the finish.
And I guess my comp here would could be a Belveni double wood, but I don't think that's what it is. But at the Speyside Highland.
All right. So I mentioned earlier that I was really impressed because this bottle proved to me that Irish whiskeys can really have complexity.
Ooh. Ooh.
So this is your Redbreast 12.
This is my Redbreast. I'm not getting the sherry that I normally get out of that. Wow.
It's only like 80 proof.
Wow. Big miss today. Yeah, I'm getting more of the,
I get a little bit more of the bourbon today, I think.
yeah.
But it's really good.
Well, it's great. It's really good. I mean, Redbreast is the pinnacle of Irish whiskey. It's the Irish whiskey you want. But yeah, so when you do finish, at least my opinion, when you do get into finishing an Irish whiskey, it can throw your taste buds for a little.
Sure, and there's a lot of similarities now. When you talk, okay, the malts are basically the same. The finish is the same. The process isn't that different.
Correct. Yeah. But I'm a little surprised that I wasn't getting, because if I would have described this bottle to somebody who's never had it, I would have gone fruit forward.
Yep.
I would have probably brought up a sherry finish. Because I don't really describe this as a traditional Irish.
No, I definitely don't.
Yeah. But I'm surprised I picked up on some cocoa notes in this. I would have never described this with
I
cocoa.
think that sherry brings cocoa.
I do too. I agree.
That can get you that cocoa flavor.
Yeah. But if somebody would have asked me to describe Redbreast without sipping it just off memory, cocoa would have never come to play.
No, I would say that's probably true.
Yeah. I would have. I do describe this as the best whiskey to really get somebody to enjoy a whiskey.
What do you mean by that?
This bottle falls in the category. If you don't like this, I've got nothing for you.
Definitely, yeah. Everybody should apprite.
If you don't like
any appreciation for whiskey whatsoever, you should be able to appreciate this bottle.
Correct. Yes. And that's why this bottle's a staple, because again, if you don't like this, you don't like whiskey.
And at $70, it's still very achievable. Something to get your hands on.
Yes. But this bottle's going to make you want to try their next year's, their 15-year cask.
Sure, no, they got some fantastic, fantastic options.
Yeah, I should have focused a little bit more on this one. See if I could have pick up a little bit more of that cookie on the Irish, but the finishing hides it pretty well.
It does.
Yeah.
I know. Today. I told them you had a 75% chance you'd get this one.
Yeah, well, I got malt and I got the other side of the pond. That's about it. So, good win on you, sir.
All right, brother.
I'm out.
You gonna be ready to do it again?
Ready to do it again.